DeAndre Jordan just stopped playing defense in the middle of this play. What is that? Twitter yelled at this dude just like James Harden. Everyone is blaming DJ for the most embarrassing loss of the season, but actually, it's not his fault at all. This version of the Nets will lose with 3 Hall of Fame players. At this rate, they can't even win the East. Major changes need to happen right now. This video explains what the actual problem is and how to fix it. Hey, it's Casey. Welcome to AM Hoops. Hit subscribe and notification bells for 5 videos per week. Quick shout out to Braden Atnip and James Wright. Just 2 members getting perks. You'll love to see it. Quick little announcement here. I'm making playlists. I'm in the middle of building them, but it's of each team. So I just thought that would be a good way to organize videos. If you want to watch video after video, you don't have to actually go search for them. So right now we've got the Warriors playlist of all the recent Warriors videos that we've done at AM Hoops. Heat, Mavericks, we'll keep building them. Let me know what you think in the comments. So DeAndre Jordan is taking a lot of blame for why the Nets defense is so bad. They made a 5-win Pistons team look like the Lakers. Detroit came in as the 6th worst offense in the league, but this number will make you go, Things that make you go, Here's the Nets defensive rating with different centers that they've tried. The best, obviously, was Jarrett Allen at 108.5, good for 7th best defense in the NBA. Everyone else is beyond awful, like they have no options. DeAndre Jordan actually improves them from last, 30th, to 27th. But hey, let's give him some credit. At least he knows he's been bad.
I got to be better for us defensively. We all have to be better. I just take a little bit more ownership on that side of the ball because I feel like that is, a big part of why I think I'm out there for us. So we got to be better. But, I take a lot of that.
Okay, I honestly, though, feel awful for DeAndre Jordan because this is not his fault. The perimeter defense is also really bad, which creates 2-on-1 scenarios, setting him up to fail. DeAndre Jordan's bad defense is actually just a symptom of the bigger problem. Like if you have a headache, it's your body trying to tell you something. It could be like 10 different things, so you go to a doctor. The disease in Brooklyn is letting the players run the franchise. Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are the reason DeAndre Jordan's there to begin with. They're paying him a ton of money to be the star's best friend. Is he supposed to be like, oh no thanks, I'm not gonna take a huge paycheck in a great city? No, I don't blame him one bit. Any of us would take that money and play. But the reality is, he is a shell of himself on both ends of the court at 32 years old. He's got no business being the starter on a team with championship potential. The actual issue is Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving choosing a team that would let them run the show. A lot of people might say, oh, well, LeBron James runs his teams, but that's not true. He had a bigger voice in Cleveland, yeah, that resulted in 1 chip. In Miami, though, Pat Riley made decisions. LeBron was smart enough to choose a team with strong leadership. KD and Kyrie wanted weak leadership, and they got it. Jarrett Allen was clearly a better player than DeAndre Jordan and should have been full-time starting. And that's what the old coach Kenny Atkinson did, which got him fired. Can you imagine making a basketball decision in the best interest of the team and it getting you fired? Technically, they mutually parted ways, but what I think happened is they told him to start DJ over Jarrett Allen. And the coach said, look, if I'm not even gonna set my own lineup, I am out. So the last person telling KD and Kyrie what to do was gone. Now, I'm not saying that KD and Kyrie don't know basketball. They're Hall of Famers, but it's just a really weird truth in sports that talent playing does not equal talent as a coach or GM. Magic Johnson has failed at both horribly. The Knicks made the playoffs once in 5 years with Isaiah Thomas as GM. Now the Nets are being ruined by Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. First, they forced the team to pay DeAndre Jordan a ton. Then they got a really good coach fired. But the last nail in the Nets' coffin was the James Harden trade. How could you trade away every meaningful asset for more offense? The team already has 2 top 10 offensive players with depth. Now they have almost no way to upgrade. And make no mistake, KD and Kyrie didn't actually get on the phone with the Rockets GM or anything, but that deal does not happen without their blessing. Beyond roster construction, the other way they've really hurt this team is with a really bad culture. They disrespect the game night after night, going out with embarrassingly low effort. Brooklyn is 7-1 against teams above 500, 7-11 against below 500 teams. They spotted Detroit a 38-point first quarter and a 20-point lead. Sure, they tried to win the game later, but a team that can't get stops can't dig itself out of that kind of hole. The star players are running this franchise with a rookie coach and a losing culture. Is that going to win a chip? No way. So much has to change, and I really don't think there's time to get it all done. But what does fixing this mess actually look like? Well, it's not Noah Vonleh, Norvel Pell, and Iman Shumpert. They were so washed, no team wanted them. But that's the kind of player that the Nets can afford now with 0 first-round picks. So what they need to do is the unthinkable. It's so unlikely, I don't think that KD and Kyrie are capable. They need to give the power back to GM Sean Marks to do whatever is necessary, even if that means trading DeAndre Jordan. I'm not saying another team's gonna want DJ, but his salary makes a lot of trades possible. One option is Andre Drummond. The Nets could trade DeAndre Jordan, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Timothé Luwawu-Cabarrot. Now, TLC is really coming into his own as a shooter. He's given some really valuable minutes this season, but he's one of the few tradable assets Brooklyn has. The Cavs could use him as front court youth to go along with Jared Allen. Drummond is one of the best rim protectors in the league, a great rebounder and passer. He contributes on both ends and puts the Nets back into title contention. By the way, side note, yes, you can still trade Spencer Dinwiddie even though he's injured. So far though, Kevin Durant wants to prove that he can win a title his way, but the team he's created is broken. They have a bad roster and culture and rely on KD way too much. They are 2-7 without Kevin Durant. Look unstoppable with him on the court, but a different team without him. Instead of proving he can win without the Warriors, KD's just proving again why active players should not run NBA franchises. So that is today's video. And guys, here's a couple of the playlists that I teased before. The Mavericks playlist, pretty good. And the Heat playlist, and it leads off with a very positive, I know today's video is a little, I guess, negative you could say. But yesterday's video about the Heat was positive because we talked about the 4 reasons why they've struggled, but why they absolutely are still contenders. So that Heat playlist is right there.